It's Friday evening. Your quarterly sales meeting just ended. The numbers are horrific. You're thinking, what happened? The product's doing great, marketing is killing it, clients love it. Sales worked so hard, email after email, call after call. Some of them actually gave up their vacation days so they can hit their numbers, and you have no idea. So you pick up the phone, you call home, honey, I'm going to be late again, I got to work late. I know I said the same thing last Friday. CEO life. You go, not knowing where to start, you go on Google, you start searching increasing sales efficiency. You see a couple of links. One of them actually resonates. It says the ultimate guide to increasing sales efficiency. You put in your email, you start reading. A few minutes later, phone rings. Hi, I'm Jen. I see you've downloaded our ultimate guide to sales efficiency. And you're in the software industry. Our product is shown to increase sales efficiency in no time. And you're looking at your smartphone, your phone, and you see it's 8 p.m., it's on Friday, and you tell her, you know what, I'm not really sure if this is for our company. We already have a good process, and you already think about the sales number and you buy your time. She says, I understand. I think you're in front of your computer. I can just share my screen with you, walk you through the whole process, and you can make an informed decision. So she does that, you're impressed, but you tell her, I can't make a decision like this. I actually have to look at some of your case studies. I need some reference clients. She interrupts you and she says, I see on LinkedIn you actually know Mary Campbell. I just talked to her a few days ago. She's actually implemented our solution. In the past month, they've actually seen tremendous results in improving their sales efficiency. And I know it's 8 p.m., it's Friday, and you want to go home. What if I give you an amazing discount? Would you be able to make up your mind? And you're like, I know Mary, she's great, respected. If she's seeing great results and I'm getting a good discount, why not? What's the worst that can happen? Our numbers are not going to become worse than this. So she sends you the contract, you click on a couple of links, and it's actually, you sign it electronically and it's done. The deal is closed. So think about that story. Don't we all wish every single deal was as smooth as that? So how do we actually create a better buying experience? How do we create a better sales model? So I thought, why don't we actually start from a typical B2B sales flow? Your salesperson gets the lead, they connect, they present the solution, they answer, and they negotiate, and hopefully they close. They do some reporting in the middle, and they collect their commission. Okay, great. Now what? How do you improve the sales process? Which part of it do you start? Why don't we look at the data in a different way? So this is a typical way a salesperson, so this is the data that actually looks at what the salesperson does in a week. And this is data from an outbound salesperson. And as you can see, it's only 22% of it is actually selling. So the first thing is you got to figure out what your salespeople should not be doing if you want them to be doing more selling. But there's another way to look at and slice the data. So this is a recent study of inbound salespeople, but instead it looks at how they are spending their time. And this is interesting. If you actually look at the bottom left, a typical inside sales rep spends about 40% of their time gathering information and communicating with clients. They're not actually selling. They're not talking to clients. It's effectively around the product that you want. It's passing information. So if you want to improve sales process, this is your biggest bucket. It's actually improving that digital communication and access to information for them. So that's where it brings us back to a sales stack. It's a new concept. You've all heard of marketing stacks, pretty popular. Actually, if you went to MarTech recently, they gathered about 3,600 companies that are now part of what they call marketing stack. Sales stack is not that big for a variety of reasons, but I'll walk you through what the industry considers a complete sales stack. And I'll take you through what we use at EventMobi. Hopefully that you recognize some of those logos and the tools that you use. But really the secret sauce here with the stack as I go through it is how well integrated they are and how well you've actually been able to train your salespeople to use them. So we all got CRMs, which is the source of your data. Hopefully you have a LeadGen tool. Your salespeople are not going through the phone book to find leads. How well your marketing automation actually provides real-time insight for your salespeople. Have you eliminated data duplication, which is one of the sour points of sales and sales efficiency? Are you using a video conferencing to improve communication, electronic signatures, analytics, performance management for your management team, sales management team? What about allowing your salespeople to have to know what marketing documents to share? Are you helping them with social selling? What about communication? How do they communicate internally within your company? And the good old phone. Is your phone part of your stack? Because if it's actually integrated and works well with the rest of your communication, that can actually be effectively used. So let's go inside. So we use Salesforce. I'm guessing everybody else does the same. But there are quite a few other solutions. A lot of upcoming sort of companies. We use a company called Net Prospects. For lead gen, we give them accounts. They give us leads, save some time, about 60 cents. We use data.com to augment our inbound leads. And there's a bunch of amazing tools actually out there. The past few years, there's been some really interesting innovation. And one of them is actually a company called Datanyze. And what they do is, it doesn't work for every company, but they take a list of your competitors. They find their clients. They find on LinkedIn the titles you can sell to. They find their email address, and this is by day, it's the software. And the next morning, your salespeople show up, and they can call your competitors' clients. How amazing is that? And there are actually tools out there. It's not cheap, but it does that, and it's amazing in terms of efficiency. We use Pardot, tons of other tools out there, but really from lead nurturing, the value that comes from a lot of these marketing automation tools is the real-time insight it can actually provide your salespeople so that they can actually have a meaningful conversation. Salespeople love to live in their email box, so the less they switch between CRM and their email box, the more efficient they're going to be. Tons of amazing tools out there, actually. My CRO is going crazy with me, just sending him emails. Can we try this? Can we try that? And he wants the sales team to do blitz. So it's, there's actually, even within our company, I see a big divide between the old ways of doing sales and the new ways of doing sales. And I think you can't really get everybody automated, because you need to have meaningful conversation, but technology can help quite a bit. We actually sell over 95% of our deals are closed over GoToMeeting. The only other times are events when we actually meet our clients face to face. Very maybe one or two of our sales staff actually travel. Been using electronic signature in the past 5 years. Actually, there's been a huge amount of acceptance. So the clients are not rejecting electronic signature anymore. They're actually just clicking, and they're fine with it. Maybe they print it internally and they house it, but actually a lot of the even insurance and banks are okay with electronic signatures from what we find. It's not 100% though, so you got to have a backup. One of the best decisions we've made is to install Insight Square as a tool that visualizes Salesforce data. Really useful. You might be using something more complex, but the beauty of Insight Square as a tool is actually even your salespeople can actually manage their pipeline, which is very powerful. They know where to spend their time. We don't use any performance management tool, but I hear if you have more than 25 salespeople and you don't have a tool, your sales leaders are going to go crazy. We also are not using what is called an industry sales marketing alignment tool. But if you have a complex buying process or a multi-persona deal that actually has to talk to different sort of parts of the business, and you have tons of marketing collateral, these tools can actually help your salespeople provide the right marketing content to your buyers at the right stage. Social selling. I actually went to LinkedIn sales conference last year in Vegas, and they claimed, obviously it's their tool, so they claim pretty big things, but actually social selling has moved from early adopter stage to early majority. And what that really means is in a few years, if your team is not effectively using social selling tactic and you're relying on cold calling, you are going to fall behind with your competitors. We use Slack. I hated it at the beginning, lots of random conversation. We had a cat channel, people spending like half an hour uploading cat pictures, I kid you not. But it's actually been amazing in terms of bringing transparency and openness to communication and knowledge sharing. So it's not everything is 100% perfect, so you have to deal with sort of how technology evolves and how it actually works for your company. And phone. Who would have thought actually phone could be improved? But with a lot of VoIP system or even system that integrates with phone, you can really make phone work with the rest of your stack. So hopefully that gave you an idea of what you could be doing. And what I encourage you is after this conference to have a conversation with your sales leaders and talk about your sales stack. It can actually make an effective and happy sales team so they can actually become consultants and problem solvers rather than order takers. And at the end of the day, your sales stack helps you to close more deals in less time. Thank you.